Hello there YouTube, my name's Adam from Gunjack, and today with a review of the Golden Eagle SR16. Before we look at the replica, let's take a quick glance at the gun's real steel history. The AR-15 is a rifle developed in 1958 by Armalite engineer Eugene Stoner. Spawned from an earlier design known as the AR-10, the AR-15 first saw service by the US military in Vietnam in the form of the M16. It evolved over the years into multiple iterations, today the most common military models being the M4A1 and M16A4. The SR16 is loosely based on a model by Florida firearms manufacturer Knights Armament Company, but most closely resembles a modified M4.
That is awesome!
The SR16 is made of both metal and plastic, with the magazine, barrel, front sight, flash hider, and top rail all being metal. The plastic parts are made up of a low to mid quality ABS plastic. The SR16 includes a metal birdcage flash hider and 14mm counterclockwise threading, which will fit the majority of aftermarket muzzle devices. The front sight is a standard triangle gas block which is fixed in place and does not fold out of the way of optics. It is adjustable up and down with an included tool. The SR16 includes a plastic quad rail setup out of the box. The rails are pretty firm, but there are some loose tolerances that allow the rails to wobble a little bit. The rail system also has a decent amount of play back and forth within the delta ring. The SR16 should be compatible with most aftermarket handguards if you want to swap it out. The rail covers included don't fit very well on the stock rail system. I think the rail covers were made poorly in this case since other rail covers fit without an issue. The receiver on the SR16 is made from an ABS plastic and is surprisingly not the trademark JG weird gray like it's pictured on Evike's website. The plastic feels a bit thinner than I expected, though I expect it can stand up to a decent amount of wear and tear compared to most other Sportline plastics. It also includes a Picatinny top rail and an integrated rear sight. The rear sight is adjustable and can fold down for optical use, but be mindful of the hook that keeps it folded down. Mine feels fairly loose, and I expect it to fall out if I'm not careful. The SR16 is compatible with Stanag magazines, which are some of the most common and inexpensive magazines on the market. The magazine included is a 300-round high-capacity magazine, and it fits and feeds just as it should. The hop-up on the SR16 is a dial type, and it works fairly well. To access the hop-up, pull back on the charging handle. The hop-up chamber is an uncommon standard, but it can still take upgraded nubs and buckings like any normal hop-up chamber. Right behind the bolt, you'll find a forward assist, but it doesn't do anything. The stock on the SR16 is a normal M16 style stock. To access the battery compartment, pull down on the back latch and open it up. It's pretty spacious and can fit most common battery types, but by the same token, the battery will usually rattle in the stock noticeably. The SR16 is wired to large Tamiya connectors, which will limit your battery variety unless you solder a new connection yourself or buy an adapter for more common connector types like small Tamiya or Deans. The SR16 comes with a metal version 2 gearbox and should fire at around 370 to 400 FPS. It'll be at about the right configuration for use in outdoor woodland games, but it will likely be too hot to use in CQB arenas. The version 2 is one of, if not the most common gearboxes available, so if you're apt to tinker around with some upgrade parts, you'll be spoiled for choice with a wide array of upgrade parts. If you do plan to upgrade, I would start at the motor, since the stock motor is on the weaker side for entry-level replicas. So, what's the final verdict on this gun? Well, it's a unicorn configuration of a workhorse rifle. M4 variants are very common in Airsoft, but it is getting more rare to see carbine-length rifles with full stocks. The SR16 is an excellent choice for those wanting to dip their toes in the world of competitive-grade Airsoft guns without breaking the bank. It is also a solid choice for a seasoned player just looking for a backup or a loner to keep on standby. The M4 market is oversaturated with choices, and many available are more high speed with some bells and whistles that the SR16 doesn't have. But The SR16 has what you need to get started and get by, and for a price of $155 new, maybe that's all you're looking for. Well, that about does it for this review. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider leaving a like or a comment and subscribing, since I do have more Airsoft content coming. Thanks again, and as always, stay frosty.